Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic of Mike, the premier business radio program. I'm your host, Mike King. Appreciate you being here with us. All righty, so we're coming to you from the ESPN studios. This is part of the Mike King Biz Radio Network, which is ESPN Richmond 106.1 every day from 5 to 7 a.m. The Choice 105.3 every day from 2 to 3, as well as International Business Growth Radio. And when I say International Business Growth Radio, I got the man in the building. Bill Eastman is here. He is the brainchild, along with Donna Cundy, of International Business Growth Radio. He is also the man who brought me into this crazy radio world. Bill, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. And you are doing great.
Well, thank you. All right, man. So let everybody know exactly what International Business Growth Radio is.
All right. So basically, the easiest way to explain this is that we're a radio station that does not use a broadcast tower like you guys. We use the internet as our feed around the world. And that's the plumbing. When you turn on the spigot, what's the water that comes out? Small business consulting. We help business owners start, grow, or when it's time, exit their businesses. And we're offering, thousands of dollars worth of consulting programming every hour. And so if you want to, for example, you want to get through the recession, you want to recession-proof your business, all you got to do is listen to some shows. You don't have to hire anybody, and we provide plenty of material. So that's really the essence. We're in 183 countries. We average 20 to 25,000 listeners worldwide every month, and we're at 297,000 downloads of our shows. Our shows are live, they're recorded as podcasts, and so we're doing well. We're getting around the world.
One of the things, so you have business. When I've seen your posts about recession-proof your business, you're taking business talent from around the globe, and everybody has a perspective. What's working in Africa may not be working in America. What's not, and you bring in talent from New Zealand, Australia. Talk about where the talent comes from to bring their business perspective.
Well, we've over the last 3 or 4 months, we've made a major engagement with Africa and with India. Now, of course, that's a little different problem. India can treat as one market. Africa is not a single market. And so we've got a lot of presence in South Africa, Nigeria, and Kenya. And what we're doing is we're bringing in their perspective on the issues related to, for example, finance. What is different in trying to get your business financed in Nigeria, which is considerable because the Nigerian banking system, I'll be polite and say it's dysfunctional. I could say more, but it doesn't really work. So we have people from those countries. I've got somebody from Nairobi on. I got somebody from Lagos. I have somebody from Port Harcourt. I've got somebody from Pretoria. And now we go over to India, and we've got programming coming in from Bangalore, Mumbai, Delhi. And so they're each providing their own perspective of what's going on. And right now, Africa is going to get seriously hit because a lot of companies have been outsourcing to Africa as the next growth. They're not going to India. I mean, they're not going to China. They're not going to Southeast Asia. They're going to Africa. But now with the recession looming, a lot of them are pulling back. India doesn't have that problem. India might not have any recession whatsoever, whereas China's in serious trouble. So is the United States. So is Europe. And so those are the type of issues that we bring out every day on the air.
Let me ask you something. It's Mike King, Bill Eastman of International Business Growth Radio. That is my home, Saturdays, 10 a.m. in the East. So, Bill, the world is interconnected from a business standpoint. What is the mood of business, say, in America as opposed to on the African continent, as opposed to India? And how much do each other look at the other guys and say, I see what's happening there. Maybe I can find business opportunity, or maybe I can sort of stay away from mistakes that they've made.
I would say that over the years, everybody looked to the United States as kind of the model of how to manage a business. And that is shifting, is that India is becoming more and more of the place that people are looking for an operational model. So the perception of the United States is a waning power. And there's a lot going on around that. The conflict between Ukraine and Russia has really created a rift for us around the world, not because of our support for Ukraine, but the United States unilaterally froze Russian accounts of Russian business owners without due process. People who are just like you and I, Mike, who are just happen to be Russian and have a business overseas, and I got $1 million in the Bank of England and it's frozen. And there's no due process for me to get my money. Why? Because I'm a Russian. I have nothing to do with what's going on in Ukraine. And so a lot of the third world countries, India being one of those, is looking at it, they're going, it may not be smart to get your money in the Western system anymore because they act arbitrarily. Now, if they don't like you, you do something they don't like, they're going to confiscate your money. And so this has really raised the status of China because China and Russia are now kind of in cahoots. And there may be that there's an alternative to the dollar being a reserve currency. Also, China is really getting behind cryptocurrency around the yuan. So there's a real shifting of power right now. And a lot of the non-aligned, what you call non-aligned countries, are trying to decide whose side they want to be on. And the perception is that we're waning power. So that is what I'm hearing from news reports coming out of the continent of Africa and India, as well as what I'm hearing from the people we have on the air.
Alrighty, so Mike King, Bill Eastman here, International Business Coach Radio. That is global business talent, 7 days a week from all over the globe talking about business. So give us an idea of some of the shows that are on International Business Coach Radio.
Okay, so what we use is a balanced scorecard methodology for programming. So on Monday, it's finance. So we've got anywhere from people talking about bookkeeping and how to start up a QuickBooks account to people who are fractional CFOs on how to make long-term business decisions, such as retained earnings for owners. Do you reinvest that? On Tuesday, we do operations, and that's technology, business processes, back office. How do you build the skeleton of the company? Wednesdays, we talk about marketing, and we talk a lot about how to use social media for marketing. We talk about the sales process. We also talk about customer service. And one of the things that we're really hitting on hard, I have been on my shows, is that in a recession, the majority of your sales dollar is going to come from retention of accounts and not acquiring new ones, because people are going to cut back on their buy-in. And so the smart move is customer service is nothing more than upselling. You're not good to customers because you're good to customers. You're good to customers because you want to sell something. You want to sell something more. And so we've been focusing on how to turn customer service into upselling. And that's been a big feature we've been doing on our Wednesday shows. Thursday, it's really been the issue of how do you stop people who are dissatisfied leaving, because we got this great resignation going on, even though unemployment may be at 3.6. The labor participation rate in the United States is the lowest it's ever been. It's around 61%, which means of all the people that in the United States who are eligible to work and could work, 61% are working. And it's down 3% from February of 2020 before COVID-19, when it was around 64. Now, you may say that 3% doesn't matter, but 3%, that's a lot of people. And so as a business owner, I didn't, when they took off the restriction on COVID, I thought I was going to make my money back. All the money that I lost because I was locked down, I didn't make it back because I couldn't get anybody to come into the business and work. And so I was in the same boat basically as I was during COVID. And so we're on Thursdays, we're talking about how to either hold those good people or how to attract them back in. And then on Friday, my show is pretty much how do you as a business owner start acting like an executive? And I have my own interview series going on where what we're doing is we're interviewing CEOs and presidents of fast growth companies. And so that's what we're currently doing. So that gives you a taste of what's on there. There's a listener guide. If you go to the website, ibgr.network, you'll see listener guide, download it. And it tells you for the market you're in, because we broke the world down into 4 pieces. We have the Australian market, which is New Zealand, Philippines, Singapore, Taiwan. And we have the Indian market, which is really Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Afghanistan, Bangladesh. And then we have the what I call the prime meridian market, but that is really Scandinavia, United Kingdom, Europe, Middle East, and Africa, and then finally the North American market. So we break our programming down to kind of focus on those areas. What we say while we are focused on India is different than what we're going to say while we're focused on, say, Canada.
Here we go. Bill Eastman is here. Before we came on, you talked about the power of LinkedIn. And so I tell people LinkedIn has really been a valuable tool and asset for me. Talk about what that means for you and the growth of International Business Code Radio.
Well, what's been happening is we've tried most everything. We put a lot of time and money into Facebook, and we did a lot to get very little. We have an email list like most of your listeners, business owners are doing. We're working that. That hasn't really turned into the gold mine that we thought it would be. And it could be good. We got a bad list. We don't know how to work it. But with LinkedIn, what has happened is I'm looking for business partners. Now, kind of like you, Mike. I'm looking for people there's a deal here. How would you like to get on the air? What can you do for me? What can I do for you? So I got people hit me. I get 10 to 15 hits a day on LinkedIn going, hey, I'd like to talk to you about this offer. I look at the offer going, well, I've got your customer base. I've got, 20 to 25,000 people monthly and all these downloads of the people you want to talk to. And so what's going on right now is I'm selling by offering a relationship with the IBGR network.
One of Mike Bill Eastman is here. Once again, how can people find you out there, sir?
Real simple. IBGR.network. IBGR is our call sign, just like your radio station. IBGR.network is our URL and our broadcast frequency. We're on 24 hours a day, and I'm usually sitting here in the studio. So if you want to talk to us, everything is there. There's a toll-free number or email. You'll hear it back from me immediately.
One of Mike King here. As I said, Bill Eastman is the guy who brought me into radio, taught me how this business works, and also how to take care of folks in the industry. So your name and reputation is out there, sir, for people who like it and respect it with all the things they're going. Good. So one last time, how can people find you out there so that they can jump on board with IBGR?
Easiest, go to the website, ibgr.network. That's it. And you'll find everything there.
7 days a week, ladies and gentlemen, 24 hours a day. You catch me Saturdays, 10 a.m. in the East. He said he's broken the world down into 4 parts. Content that's more applicable for the area where you are. It don't get any easier than that. It does not. Bill Eastman, I'd like to thank you for coming on. Tell Don to give Donna my regards out there. It's been a while. We got to catch up, man.
We do. And Mike, keep killing it.
I'm trying. Yo, man, you created a monster. You taught me how this thing works. Appreciate it. Thanks. Now take care.
All right. You take care, Mike.
Bye-bye.